Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त
Talvez assim.
नमोऽस्तुते
Talvez.
कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and last time we discussed the wonderful story, pastime of the deliverance of the demon Aghasur, how the demon Aghasur, he was liberated by Supreme Personality of Godhead. And after this, Shukdev and Parikshit Maharaj, we heard that Shukdev Goswami told that this pastime of deliverance of Aghasur, although it happened when uh, Krishna was 5 years old, but the cowherd boys they told this pastime to all the Brajvasis 1 year later, as if it happened that day only. So Parikshit Maharaj, he became very inquisitive and he asked, "Please let me know the reason for this. How is it that the cowherd boys they told the story and the pastime of deliverance of Aghasur after 1 year?" And then Parikshit Maharaj he explained his humility. He spoke that we are relatives of fallen relatives of Kshatriyas. He expressed his humility. And we also discussed that how Shukdev Goswami, when he heard this wonderful question, he went into ecstasy. And Parikshit Maharaj, he had already made arrangements because he knew that he had already only 7 days. And if Shukdev Goswami goes into ecstasy, then God knows when he'll come back. So he had made arrangements. He had told his son Janmejaya to bring all the instruments for Kirtan, Kartal, and all the other instruments. As soon as Shukdev Goswami went into ecstasy, he told Janmejaya, "Now please start Krishna Kirtan." And Janmejaya and all the other devotees, they started Kirtan, and that's how Shukdev Goswami came back to his external consciousness. So after this, Shukdev Goswami, he starts replying to the wonderful question which was asked by Parikshit Maharaj. And before answering his question, first of all, he glorifies Parikshit Maharaj. Sadhu prishtam mahabhaga tvaya bhagavatottama yannutanaya shishasya shanvannapi kathamuhu. So he's telling Sadhu prishtam, what a wonderful question you have asked. O best of the devotees, Bhagavatottama, O Parikshit, you are most fortunate. Toya Mahabhaga, you are most fortunate. You are Bhagavatottama, you are the best of the devotees. Sadhu, wonderful question you have asked. And then he says, you are most fortunate because for you, yannutanaya shishasya shranvannapi kathamuhu. You have heard these pastimes many, many times. Because Parikshit Maharaj, any of the person in ISKCON knows all these pastimes. So what to speak of Parikshit Maharaj, who was born in the family of Pandavas, who were the direct associates of Krishna. He must have heard these pastimes unlimited times. But Parikshit Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami is glorifying Parikshit Maharaj that for you, all these pastimes, although you have heard many times, but still, Yannutanaya Shishasya, you are perceiving all these pastimes as newer and newer. That is the glory of a devotee. Chakravarti Thakur writes, when Shukdev Goswami says, oh, you are Mahabhaga, you are Bhagavatottama, how am I best of the devotees? Shukdev Goswami says, you take the topics of Krishna as always fresh. Satamayam sarabhritam nisargo yadarthavani shrutichetasamapi pratikshanam navyavadachyutasya yat striya vitanam iva sadhu varta. Wonderful words again, Shukdev Goswami speaking. Satam, the devotees of the Lord, those who are Paramhamsas, Sarabhritam, they are the seekers of essence. They are the seekers of they have accepted the essence of life. What is that? That is Krishna Katha. Yadarthavani shruti samapi. They have accepted Krishna in the core of their hearts, and with their mind, with their words, with their all the wealth, they are just focusing on hearing about Krishna. Krishna is the aim of the life for the devotees. Pratikshanam navyavadachyutasya, for devotees, for Paramhamsas, the pastimes of Krishna, they are always new. And he gives an example. Just like for a person who is attached to the topics of women and sex life, for him, these topics are always new. A materialistic person, he can keep speaking about all these topics whole day. So Prabhupada writes that unless one is very advanced in Krishna consciousness, one cannot hear about Krishna constantly. And those who are materialistic person, they are always attracted to hearing about all these mundane material topics. What is a day for a materialist? That is a night for a spiritualist. Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato muneh. Materialists, they don't have any interest for spiritual life, and devotees, they have no interest for material life. Therefore, the devotees are attracted to Krishna Katha in the same way the materialists are attracted to the topics of women. In fact, for a materialist, all these topics of money, women, they are always new. They are like honey. And for devotees, they are regarded as poison. As it is described, Nishkinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajanon Mukhasya Param Param Jigimashor Bhavasagarasya Sandarshanam Vishainam Athayoshitam Cha Ha Hanta Hanta Vishbhakshanavtopya Sadhu. The devotees who are Nishkinchana, who have no possessiveness, material possessiveness, Bhagavad Bhajanon Mukha, they are on the path of Bhagavad Bhajan. What is their goal? Param Param Jigimashor. They want to cross this ocean of material existence. For them, Sandarshanam, even to look at the face of the materialists or opposite gender, it is very, very dangerous. It is more dangerous than drinking poison willingly. So Shukdev Goswami says, O Parikshit, you are such a great devotee. You have developed such a great attraction for Krishna Katha. So therefore, Kindly hear with great attention what I am going to speak. Although the activities of the Supreme Lord, they are very confidential, very secret. शृणुष्व वै तो राजन् अपि गुह्यं वदामि ते ब्रूयो स्निग्धस्य शिष्यस्य गुरवो गुह्यमप्युत शृणुष्व वै तो. O Parikshit, please hear about the activities of Krishna. Although these pastimes are very, very confidential and ordinary man cannot understand, but Bruyu Snigdhasya Shishyasya, if somebody is a surrendered disciple and if he approaches a bona fide spiritual master, then the spiritual master can reveal all this information, all these subject matters which are confidential. So therefore, because you are such a surrendered disciple, I will explain to you this secret. And then he continues the story. So Shukdev Goswami describes that Krishna, after saving the boys and the calves from the Aghasur, from the mouth of Aghasur, he brought all of them to the bank of river Yamuna. And he spoke. He said, "Oh, my dear friends, just see, first of all, he's describing the place where he has brought all of them. Just see this beautiful place. It is full of lush green grasses, and this river is full of blooming lotuses, and the birds are chirping, the bees are humming, you know, very beautiful, cool breeze is blowing. Just see the sand of this place. It is so very soft and clean. This is the best place for our sporting." So Chakravarti Thakur writes that here is a glorification of a suitable place for a picnic. If you want to go to a picnic place, where we should go? That place should have lots of natural greenery, a very scenic place. It should have birds, chirping of the birds and the humming of the bees, flowing river. That's why, people from all over the world, they like to come to Govardhan Eco Village, one of the very beautiful places which is attracting people from all over the world. So Krishna, he brought all these cowherd boys to a place which was very wide, so that, asankhya, so many of the gopas, they had to sit. So he chose a place which was very wide. And then he said, "Oh, my friends, I think we should take our lunch here because, all of you are already hungry. Time has passed by because you are in the mouth of Aghasur. So much time went by. We could not eat. All of us maybe must be hungry. So now, please, we should sit down, and the calves may drink the water, and then they can eat the grass nearby, and then we can take our lunch." So when Krishna, he said that, all the cowherd boys, they accepted the proposal of Krishna. They allowed the calves to go and drink water in the river, from the river, and then they tied the calves to the trees where there was abundant grass. And the boys, then they opened their basket of food. Whatever they had brought from their home, their mothers had packed the lunch. Mothers would pack the lunch every day. So all the boys, they sat and they began to eat with Krishna. So before eating, in what way they were sitting, that is also described. It is described that because there were unlimited number of cowherd boys and everybody wanted to look at Krishna. So Krishna was sitting in the center, and all the cowherd boys, they encircled around him in lines, because everybody was facing towards Krishna. And every one of them, they were thinking that I should sit in the front. I should sit nearby so that I can see Krishna's face. So when all the devotees, all the cowherd boys, they desired this, the Sarva Sankalpa Shakti of the Lord became active. And Krishna manifested phases all around. In all directions, Krishna's face and limbs appeared, so that all the cowherd boys, they were thinking, I am sitting very closest to Krishna. I am sitting in the first row, you know. So that's what everybody was thinking. All the cowherd boys, they were thinking. So Krishna was sitting in the middle, just like the whirl of a lotus flower, surrounded by the various unlimited gopas. They were like the petals of a lotus flower. So that is a wonderful potency of Krishna. One of the word which is used is they were sitting so very close, saha upavishta, no social distancing. So they were sitting very close without any space between them. Very closely they were sitting, all looking towards Krishna. And then they opened their box. Now they need some plate. They didn't get the plate. So they were using whatever was available as plate. Some boys, they were eating on leaves. Some boys were eating on flowers. They made plates out of flowers, out of leaves, bunch of leaves. Some boys were actually putting their food directly on the rocks and they were eating. Some was putting on the bark of trees. And in this way, they were enjoying the life, enjoying this lunch, picnic with Krishna. And all the cowherd boys, what they would do, they would open their lunch box and they would show everybody, oh, this is what my mother has given. And they would taste themselves and they would give others also to taste the preparation. One cowherd boy, what he did, you know, some of the boys, they would get the vada. So one cowherd boy, he put jasmine flower. He stuffed jasmine flower in between the vadas. And he gave to another cowherd boy to eat. And when this cowherd boy, he ate, because jasmine flowers, they smell good, they look good, but they don't taste good. So this boy, this cowherd boy, he started making faces because of the bitter taste. And all the other, the cowherd boy who gave, he had a good laugh. And the person who was eating, he also started laughing. And then out of, some anguish, other cowherd boys would beat that person who stuffed that jasmine flower. He was beaten and then he would run away. All these things were going on there. And then Shukdev Goswami describes very beautiful words. What was the quality of Krishna? What he was doing, what was he wearing? Bipradvenum jatarapatayo shringavetre chakakshe Vame pano masrana kavalam tatphalanyangulishu Tishtan madde swaparsuridau hasayan narmabhisvai Swarge loke mishati bhubuje yagya bukbhal balakeli. So now, who is Krishna? Krishna is Yagya Bhuk. Yagya Bhuk means he eats only the offerings offered in Yagya. But now, Krishna has appeared in a child-like form. So to exhibit his childhood pastimes, what he was doing? He was sitting, Bibhrad Venum. He had his flute tucked on the right side of the waist, and his flute, his bugle horn on the cow driving stick, that is called vetra. Vetra and this shringa. Shringa means bugle horn, and vetra means the cow herding stick. So that these two things were on the left side of his waist. And then Vame Pano Masrana Kavalam, he was holding a very nice preparation of yogurt and rice in his left hand. And in between the fingers, there were suitable fruits. Actually, Chakravarti Thakur writes that in between the fingers, he was having the pickle of amla and mangoes. And also he says, Krishna was having the curd rice in his left hand, and with his right hand, he was taking a small morsel and eating it. Vame pano masrana kavalam tatphalanyangulishu. And then Tishtan madhye swaparisuridau hasayan narmabhisvai. And as Krishna was eating, he was laughing and he was enjoying. He was sitting like a whirl of a lotus flower. Hasayan Narma Bhisva, he was laughing loudly with his Priya Narma Sakhas, with his very close cowherd friends. Swarge Loke Mishati Bhubuje Yagya Bukbal Keli. And all the denizens of heaven, they were astonished when they saw Supreme Personality. He eats only as when things are offered in Yagya. And he is eating remnants of others. Madhumangal, he would, one of the cowherd boy, he would drink chas or buttermilk. And Krishna would, and his mouth would be full of the buttermilk. And Krishna would punch on his cheeks and all the buttermilk would come out. And Krishna would take that. All the devatas, they were astonished. And they saw, who is this personality? He is Yagya Bhuk. And he is eating the jhuta remnants of all these cowherd boys. Astonished. As they were eating, a bumblebee came and a honeybee came. And Krishna, he told, oh honeybee, why are you disturbing me? Why are you flying near my face? Go towards Madhumangal. Madhumangal is sitting in front. Go and get a drink from his food. Madhumangal said, oh friend, do you want this bee to bite me? Are you not afraid of killing a Brahmana? And all these things they were saying. And then Krishna, he saw a group of monkeys sitting nearby. So he called them, oh, if you are hungry, please come. So when all these things were happening, the Leela Shakti of the Lord and the Sarva Sankalpa Shakti of the Lord became active. So they said, oh Lord, if you want some disturbance in your food, if you want some obstacle during your lunch time, you're calling monkeys, we'll do the arrangement. You don't worry. We'll call Brahma. So as they were, all these Shaktis, they became active. And then, while all these cowherd boys, they were enjoying, the calves, they went away. And they went far away in the forest, being allured by the green grass. Allured by the, this beauty of the forest. Okay, so now, after all these all these cowherd boys, they are enjoying with Krishna, all the calves, they went away, allured by the green grass. And when the cowherd boys, they saw that, oh, calves are gone, they became very afraid. Tan drishtva bhaya santrastan uche krishnasya bhibhayam mitrani ashan ma viramate iha nishye vatsakanaham. So first of all, this is very instructive for a sadhaka. Although these calves, they were with Krishna, but because they were allured by the grass, they left the company of Krishna and they went away in the forest. Similarly, we may be in very close association with devotees, with Krishna, with the various processes of devotional service. But if we get attracted by the material allurement, maya of the world, and we go away, then, if we get attracted, then it is very easy that we'll go away from Krishna consciousness. So therefore, it is very important that the cows, they are like our senses. Go means senses also. Just like the cows were allured by the grass, our senses, they get attracted by the sense objects. So therefore, it is a duty of a spiritualist, if it is a duty of a devotee, to be very, very careful not to get attracted. That's why Bhagavad Gita describes a devotee should be like a tortoise. Kurmo anganiv sarvashah. Whenever he is in the world, which is full of distractions, he should be like a tortoise. He should withdraw all his limbs, all his senses. If you just analyze, the tortoise have five things coming out of his shell, the four legs and a head. We have our five senses which want to go and explore the world. So therefore, when we are in this world, we should not explore the sense objects. But when we come in association of devotees, we should, engage all our senses in service of Krishna. So when the cowherd boys, they saw tan drishtva bhaya santrastan, they became very fearful. But Krishna, he does not like his friends to become fearful and frightened. So just to mitigate the fear, uche Krishno asya bhi bhayam. Just to mitigate the fear, Krishna is saying, Mitrani ashan ma viramate. Please don't stop eating. Because the cowherd boys, they stopped eating. Oh Mitrani, oh my friends, do not stop eating. Iha anishye vatsakanaham. I shall bring the calves back. Don't worry. I will bring to this spot personally. You don't worry. You keep doing your service. So therefore, in the process of Krishna consciousness, in our struggle with our senses, many times we become so very discouraged and despondent. Oh, I am not able to control my senses. My senses keep going. But Krishna is telling, don't be fearful. Just continue doing your duty. What is our duty? Our duty is to become absorbed in Krishna Katha, absorbed in holy name, Harinam, absorbed in Vaishnava Seva. If devotees, they just remain absorbed in the various limbs of Krishna consciousness, it doesn't matter whether senses are going here and there, still getting attracted to sense objects. Doesn't matter. In all our circumstances, we have to depend on the Lord. And it is a responsibility of the Lord to bring the senses back to the lotus feet, his lotus feet. Go means senses. Senses may wander. It is natural. The senses will wander. We should not get despondent. We should not be discouraged. Oh, I cannot practice bhakti. I am practicing since 20, 30 years, but still my senses are going away. Not focused. Devotee thinks, I have no hope. I have no ability to control my senses. I can control things of the world, but I cannot control my senses. I think it is so very difficult. In this pastime, Krishna is telling, don't worry. Don't become fearful. Iha anishye vatsakanaham. I will bring the senses back. You don't worry. You keep practicing your Krishna bhakti. You keep serving. Ityuktva dridari kunja ghavareshu atmavatsakan vichinvan bhagavan Krishna sapani kavaloyayo. Now, after speaking this, just to please his friends, Atma Vatsakan, he began searching the caves in all the places, in the mountain, in the garden, in the bushes, in the narrow passages. And in this way, Krishna was ready to do anything. He did not even complete eating. He is carrying sapani kavalo yayo. He still has a yogurt and rice in his hand. And with the same way, in that same, way, he went. He did not even complete his food. That's how Krishna is. So very eager to serve his devotees. And then Brahma, he is born from lotus flower. And when he saw all these very, very astonishing activities of Krishna, killing Aghasur and then playing like ordinary children and eating the remnants, Brahma was completely astonished. So Chakravarti Thakur and Srila Prabhupada, he writes in the purport that although Brahma is the first born living entity, but still Brahma has a material body because he is born from a material thing, a lotus. He may not be born from mother and father like us, but still he is born from lotus. Any person in this world has four defects. We have defective senses. We tend to get illusioned. We cheat others and we commit mistakes. Brahma, Pramad, Karna Patav and Vipralipsa, all these are there. So Brahma, although he is a firstborn living entity, but still because he has a material body, he also got bewildered. So Brahma, he wanted to take away all the associates, but actually what he could not take away the actual original cowherd boys. Just like Ravana could not touch the real Sita, he took Maya Sita. So when the Yog Maya Shakti, she saw that, oh, Brahma is planning to steal the boys. So she beforehand, she hid the real cowherd boys, and she created a whole another set of Maya Arbhaka. Maya Arbhaka means the boys manifested by Krishna's Maya. And these are the boys who were stolen by Brahma. So as Brahma, he thought of stealing the boys, he was thinking, he had this plan. I want to test this personality. Is he really Supreme Lord? So when I steal the boys, what is going to do? Is he going to, search all these boys himself? Or he will come and pray to me? Or he'll not be able to understand anything? What will happen to him? These are the thoughts of Brahma going on. So now, Krishna, when he saw that Brahma is about to steal the calves, so he created, he also, got in tune with all this Brahma, bewilderment of Brahma. He perfectly enacted this pastime. It was a wonderful dramatic performance. So when Krishna, he went and searched everywhere, he came back, he could not find the calves, and then when he returned, he could not find the boys. He was astonished. Like a ordinary child, he was astonished. And Chakravarti Thakur writes, how is it possible? Krishna is Sarvagya, he is omniscient. It was just a dramatic performance. When did he understand that, oh, Brahma stole all these calves? Before he stole or after he searched? When? Actually, even before Brahma stole, at the time of theft, as he was taking the calves, cow herd boys, Krishna understood. And then Shukadeva Goswami says, Tata Krishna mudam kartum tanmatrinam cha kasya cha ubhayayitum atmanam chakre vishwakadishwarah. Why Krishna, acted in that way? For two purposes. He wanted to give pleasure to Brahma, and he wanted to give pleasure to the mothers of the calves and the cowherd boys. So therefore, now Krishna, when he saw all the cowherd boys, calves are stolen by Brahma, immediately, in order to show his power of illusion, even up to Balram, because Balram is going to get bewildered. He also didn't understand. So he was going to act in such a wonderful way. Why? First of all, he wanted to show his power of illusion. Secondly, he wanted to fulfill the desires of the gopis and the calves and the cows, because they wanted to, feed Krishna, take, and accept Krishna as their own son. And he wanted to bewilder Brahma also. He wanted to show Brahma thousands of Vishnu forms, because Brahma is the worshipper of Lord Vishnu. Because Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaye, these forms were shown by Krishna. This form of Vishnu appeared in front of Brahma, so Brahma is a devotee of Vishnu. So he wanted to so Krishna wanted to show Brahma the form of Vishnu, and he wanted to give bliss to Brahmaji and all the mothers. How could he do this? Because he is Vishwakrit Ishvara. He is a Vishwakrit. He is a master of the universe. He is a Ishvara, he is a supreme controller. So therefore he could do it. What he did? Yavat vatsa bhavatsa kalpakavapu yavat karangrayadikam yavad yashti vishana venudalasik yavad vibhushambaram yavad shila guna vidhakriti vayo yavad vidharadikam sarvam vishnumayam giro angavad aja sarva swarupo babhav. Now very interestingly, Krishna, by his Vasudev feature, he simultaneously expanded himself into what? Vatsa, all the calves. Vatsapala, all the cowherd boys. Exactly same bodily features, same hands, same legs, all the other limbs exactly same. In fact, he became Yashti Vishan Venu Dal. Krishna became their bugle, their flute, their cowherding stick. Krishna became everything. Not only that, Yavad Shil Guna Abhidhakriti, he assumed a particular type of characters, because every person has a different characteristic, the way a person acts. Krishna, he exactly acquired all the characteristics according to their age, their forms, their names. He became exactly the same according to their tastes, according to their uh, Prabhupada writes, amusements. He became everything. Sarva Vishnu Mayam, proving to the world that everything is Vishnu. Sarva Vishnu Mayam Jagat. And in this way, Krishna entered Brajbhumi. And he entered this Brajbhumi when this all the calves and all the cows and the mothers, when they saw their children, they became so very overwhelmed. And Krishna, he entered Braja, he went, all the calves went into the cow sheds, all the boys, they entered the homes. And in this way, all the mothers, they became so very happy. All the elderly gopis, they would think, will we be ever like Yashoda? Yashoda is getting a chance to feed Krishna her breast milk, see Krishna, touch Krishna, embrace Krishna, decorate Krishna. Will we ever do it? Will we ever get a chance? Krishna fulfilled their desires. When the mothers, they heard the, all the boys coming, they immediately they rose from their work and they became so very happy. They embraced embraced their sons. They were so very overwhelmed with affection. Their milk was flowing from their breasts. Extreme affection. These cowherd ladies, these elderly gopis, they had, previously they had more affection for Krishna, even more than their own sons. Generally in this world it is not possible. Nobody loves other children more than their own children. But these Brajvasis, these gopis, they would love Krishna more than their own children. But now, because Krishna became all the calves, all the cowherd boys, they started loving Krishna. They started loving their own children, same as Krishna. So, Shukdev Goswami, he is praising the wonderful fortune of all these Brajvasis. All these Brajvasis, all these gopis, they are so very fortunate that Supreme Lord became their son. Aho bhagyam nanda gopa vrajaukasam yanmitram paramanandam purnam brahma sanatanam. So Brajvasis, they are so very fortunate. Nanda gopa vrajaukasam yanmitram paramanandam Purnam Brahma Sanatanam. Who is Krishna? He is Purna Brahma. And he, the Purna Brahma, has become the son of the Gopas and the Gopis and the calves. So Krishna, he enlivened all the mothers by, giving such wonderful association. They became full of transcendental bliss. And all these mothers, they would take all the care. They would bathe Krishna, they would massage him, they would put fragrant oils, they would dress him properly, put ornaments, cover his body with chandan, sandalwood paste. They were doing everything personally. And the cows, they were also similarly bewildered. When the calves, they entered the cow shed, generally there were these calves who were going with Krishna. They were little elder. So there were younger calves also. And these cows, they would not be attracted by to these elderly calves. They would feed their milk to the younger calves. And because the elderly calves, they had also stopped drinking milk. But now when Krishna became all the calves, all these cows also became so very attracted. Again and again they were licking, and they were showing such affection. They were feeding them milk. Go gopimam matritasmin asit snehartikam vina purovad ashwapi hare tokata mayaya vina. So previously the gopis had more affection for Krishna, but now that distinction was distinguished. Now they were loving their own sons similar to what they would love Krishna, because Krishna was their son, and therefore that is the wonderful nature of the wonderful fortune of the Brajvasis. Brajaukasam swatokeshu sneha valyabdamanvaham shanair nissima vabridhe yatha krishne twapurvavat. So Brajvasis, Sneha Valli, Sneha Valli means the creeper of affection of the Brajvasis for Krishna. It was growing continuously, increasing. Sneha Valli. It had no limits. That's how all these Brajvasis, all these gopis, they were experiencing such love. Now, in this way, Krishna spent 1 year as all these cowherd boys, all these calves, even the stake, flute, bugle, everything. 5 or 6 days before 1 year completion, Krishna, he entered this forest once along with Balram. Chakravarti Thakur writes, why Shukdev Goswami is telling 5 or 6? Why is not telling the exact day? Because he is so very overwhelmed with love, he is bewildered. So he is not able to remember exactly 5 or 6. So this day, 5 or 6 days before 1 year completion, Krishna came to this forest along with Balram. And on this day, Balram, he saw something very, very different. Generally, the calves would be taken care of by the cowherd boys, and the cows would be taken care by the elderly gopas. And they would graze grass in the different places. On this day, the cows, they were on the hill, and they saw their calves down. Immediately, as soon as they saw their calves, they forgot everything. They ran down the hill. The path was very rough, but still these cows, they were jumping as if they were having one pair of legs. They were jumping, and their milk bags became full, and their heads and tails were raised, and they were just running so very fast to come near their calves. Forcefully they were coming. And these cows, they had actually given birth to newer calves also. And these calves, they were elderly, but still these cows, they felt such intense increasing affection for the elder calves. They allowed them to drink their milk. When the cowherd men who were tending these cows, they saw this, they felt so very angry and ashamed, and they were about to go and capture those, catch those cows, bring them back. But they saw their own children, they saw their own sons, and they also became so much overwhelmed with affection. They forgot all their anger. They went and embraced their sons, and they were smelling their heads, and they were showering such intense love. And with great difficulty, these cowherd men, elderly cowherd men, with great difficulty, they stopped embracing their sons and they returned to the forest. And all the while, they were constantly remembering their children, their eyes full of tears of affection. When Balram, he saw all these things, he was confused. He was thinking, how can the cows develop such intense affection for the grown-up calves? And these calves, they had stopped drinking milk, but still these cows became so very attracted. He was not able to understand the reason. So, Shukdev Goswami says, actually Balram, he was seeing this every day. For 1 year, he was seeing this, that cows would give milk to the elderly calves. They would show more affection to the elderly calves. But he never noticed it. Why Balram realized this now? And why other cowherd men still didn't realize? It was because of Yogamaya. Because Krishna's Yogamaya was acting. That's why Balram could not realize. Why Krishna put Balram even in anxiety in Yogamaya? Not in anxiety, in Yogamaya. Because Krishna didn't want Balram to put into anxiety of separation from his cowherd friends. And somebody may ask, okay, then why he is telling now? Why he is revealing this now? Because Krishna wants to increase the love of Balramji. Who is Krishna? Just see the greatness of Krishna. So by the mercy of Krishna, Krishna is now revealing his pastime to Balram. It happened in 4 stages, Shukdev Goswami says. With the first stage of relaxation of the Yogamaya's influence, what happened? Balram started thinking, what is this happening? Kya ho raha hai? How can the calves, how can the cows and the elderly gopas develop such attraction and affection for their children, for the calves? And then, as Balram thought like this, his Shakti of omniscience, Sarvagyata, became active, and the second portion of the Maya's influence was removed. Second curtain. He started thinking, who is this mystic power? Where has she come from? Is she a demigod? Demigoddess? Is she a demoness? Is she some, human potency? What is this? Who is she? Is this some activity of Kamsa? Are Kamsa and others, they are planning to kill us in disguise? So he's thinking. As he's thinking in this way, third portion of Yogamaya's covering is removed. And then Balram realized, oh, this is my Supreme Lord Krishna's illusory potency, because I cannot be attracted and bewildered by the ordinary material illusion. Who else can bewilder me apart from Krishna's energy? And then, having said this, he thought, let me test this. I will look with the eyes of my knowledge. And then, when he looked with that eyes of knowledge, the fourth portion of Yogamaya's covering was removed. And then Balram could see all the cowherd boys, all the calves as the manifestation of Krishna. Then he told, he, he said, "O Supreme Controller, now I have understood. I was thinking are these some devatas, or is this Narada or some great sage who has manifested in the form of all these cowherd boys? But now I understood that actually you are manifesting alone in all these boys." Balaram said, this power is so great that even personal expansions like Narayan are hankering to have this form. They also do not know the power of this form. Then how can I understand? And then when Brahma, he returned, because Brahma, he hid a whole group of the Maya cowherd boys, Maya Arbhaka, the cowherd boys created by the Maya potency, Yogamaya potency. So Brahma, he went and hid them in a cave. They were in the mystic slumber. And Brahma returned after a moment. Immediately he returned. Why he returned immediately? Because of two reasons. He was not sure that, oh, I am playing with a fire. I think he's Supreme Lord. So I should not, delay. He was afraid. He was afraid that if he delays, then it will create much more havoc. And he was also very anxious and eager to see the truth. So although according to his time, he came in one moment, but according to the earthly time, a whole year had passed. A whole year had passed. And actually, this happened exactly after 1 year. So we heard that, when Krishna, he went to the forest that day, 1 year back, Balram was not there, because Balram was kept by Mother Yashoda, because that was his birthday. So again, after exactly 1 year, Balram was still not there. So Balram was not stolen along with the other calves, because he was not there. So, that's why Balram was there, not there is this day also. So Brahmaji, when he returned and he saw all these cowherd boys exactly the same, the cows, the calves, the cowherd boys, everything is same. He thought, all these boys and calves I stole, they were sleeping, I hit them. Then who are they? Who are these? Maybe he's thinking, maybe I took these calves and cowherd boys, and by the time I came back, Krishna, he brought them back here. Or it may be possible that Krishna created another group of cowherd boys. Or it may be possible that, he created two groups. He's thinking so many things, and he's thinking, which is the real group? The one I have stolen, or this group? He became completely bewildered. And he thought, maybe I should try to find out using my intelligence. He sat in meditation for a long time, but still Brahma, who is Iresha, he's described as Iresha. He is a husband of Saraswati. He is Iresha. He also could not understand the illusion of Krishna, Supreme Lord. Evam sammohayan vishnam vimoham vishwamohanam swayeva maya yajopi swayameva vimohitah. Evam sammohayan Vishnu, Brahmaji wanted to bewilder Krishna. He tried to mystify Krishna. Who is Krishna? Vishwamohan. Krishna bewilders the entire world. He mystifies the entire universe. And now, Brahmaji, he got bewildered by his own mystic power. Just like the snow cannot have any effect in darkness, just like the glowworm, the fireworm, cannot have any effect during the sun. Similarly, the mystic power of an inferior person cannot do anything in front of the superior personality. And in fact, the power of the inferior person is diminished. So Brahma, although he is the first living being, he is supremely powerful, but who is he in front of Krishna? So when Brahma, he began suffering so much because of the bewilderment, he was completely confused. Krishna, he decided to show him mercy. He quickly showed mercy. And as Brahma looked on, he saw all these cowherd boys and the calves. They manifested bluish complexion, and they were wearing yellow garments. They appeared as Vishnu Murtis. And then Shukdev Goswami describes the beauty, the form of these Vishnu Murtis. On the upper portion of the right side of their chest, there was a Shrivats. Shrivats is the emblem of Lakshmi Devi. They were wearing a Kaustubh Mala. They were having wonderful, very glittering armlets, and they were wearing bangles and earrings, and they were completely decorated with wonderful ornaments. They were extremely beautiful. Every part of their body was decorated with tulsi leaves, which are offered by their great pure devotees. Chandrika Vishadasmerai Sarunapanga Vikshitai Swakarthanam Ivarajaha Sattvabhyam Srishtipalakai. Very beautiful verse, Shukdev Goswami is speaking. These Vishnu forms, they were smiling. And the smile, it was like the in light of sun. Saruna Panga Vikshitai. And they were glancing with their reddish eyes. So the smile and the glance, two things are described. Swakarthanam ivarajaha. Swakarthana means the desires. So the smile of the Lord, it is swakarthanam iva rajaha. So the smile is created, is compared to the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, Lord, by his smile, protects the desire of the devotees of service. When we take darshan of the beautiful smile of the Lord protects our desire for service. And by his glance, which is the mode of passion, resembled the mode of passion, it creates the desire for service. So Lord creates the desire for service by his glance. He protects the desire of service by his smile. Prabhupada writes a very beautiful statement. He says, in Vrindavan, there is a place where there was no temple, but a devotee desired, let there be a temple and seva and devotional service. And therefore, what was once an empty corner has now become a place of pilgrimage. Such are the desires of a devotee. He's not mentioning that he desired. Srila Prabhupada desired. That's why the empty place of Raman Reti became a place of pilgrimage. Let there be a temple. Wonderful devotional services going on. And then Brahma, he saw all the living entities, all moving and non-moving, starting from Brahma himself down to all the ants, all the lowest of the species, ants, most insignificant. He saw everything. All living entities had assembled in their personal form, singing and dancing for the glory, for the pleasure of the Lord. And then Brahma saw all these Vishnu Murtis, they were surrounded by the opulences, mystic powers, the 24 elements of creation. He saw Kal, personified time factor. He saw personified Swabhava, one's own nature. He saw samskaras. He saw karma. He saw, he saw the desires. He saw everything, whatever is there in this creation, he saw. personified. They had come to worship these Vishnu Murtis. And every Vishnu Murti had, this complete set worshipping them, worshipping that form. All these Vishnu Murtis, they were eternal. They were not illusion. It was not an illusion which was created by Krishna. They were eternal Satchidananda Vigraha. The glory of these forms are not even touched by the Upanishads and the Vedas. And Brahma, he saw all these wonderful Vishnu Murtis as the, they are the expansions of Krishna. The cows and the calves and the cowherd boys, they had transformed. So now, Brahma, when he saw, he was completely astonished. He was jolted by astonishment. He was completely bewildered. In transcendental bliss, he became silent. And because Brahma, he had not seen anything, he started thinking, what is this? Like this. He had not seen anything like this. He started thinking, what is this? Because he was not able to see just by, seeing the effulgence. There are such effulgence. Brahma was not able to see anything. Seeing the Brahma so bewildered, Krishna, he removed his effulgence. And Brahmaji, he started seeing a little bit. He was revived. He opened his eyes slowly and he started recognizing what was there. He saw the entire universe. He saw himself. He saw supreme abode of Vrindavan. That Vrindavan, which was having all the opulences. It was having all the wonderful seasons manifesting, always. And then he saw that in Vrindavan there is no envy. Yatra naisarga durvaira sahasan nirmirgadayah mitrani vajitavasa druta ruta tarshakadikam. Vrindavan is a transcendental abode of the Lord, free of envy. Durvaira, there is no vair. In Vrindavan, even deers and lions, they are staying together. There is no hunger, there is no thirst, there is no anger in Vrindavan, in the residents of Vrindavan. That is a spiritual world. Everybody is staying in a mutual transcendental friendship there. And then Brahma, he understood that this Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead. Tatrodvahat pashupavam sashishutva Brahma dvayam paramanantamagada bodham vatsan sakhim sivapura parito vichinvan ekam sapani kavalam parameshta chashta. So as Krishna is beholding such wonderful, magnificent darshan of the Supreme Lord, who is Advaya, he is a supreme most Lord, one without a second, unlimited in all the opulences. He saw that all these Vishnu Murtis again, disappeared, and Krishna was standing in the same way, holding a morsel of yogurt and rice in his hand. He was searching for his friends. He was looking as if bewildered. Brahmaji, he realized, this is the Supreme Lord. I have offended the Supreme Lord. He got down. He got down from this swan carrier, fell down at the feet of Krishna, touched his lotus feet with his helmet, with his crowns. He started crying, tears of ecstasy, tears of joy. Again and again he offered obeisances, and he gradually got up. He wiped his tears and he humbly bowed down and he began to speak. And he offered very beautiful, beautiful prayers that we'll discuss tomorrow. So that is the end of this chapter. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So if anybody has any questions, you can please ask. So it is not mentioned where the original set of Gopas were kept by Yogamaya. It is not mentioned in Bhagavatam. So I'm not sure. Okay, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.